Hello guys and welcome back to the ACC. So yeah, today commentating for you is not Mirren FG, it's a new voice, it's me, Ari Soilu. For the first time ever I'm commentating for the ACC, and also for the first time ever I'm commentating at all, so please don't judge me too harshly if I make any mistakes, because well, as I said, this is my first time commentating. So today we are at the Daytona road course. Obviously last time we had the Daytona Oval, which turned out to be not too great actually. We had 2 red flags in qualifying, we had one red flag in the race, and yeah, we did not finish the race, so half points have been awarded, which means that in the championship it's basically anyone's game, because we still have 11 rounds to go and only half points have been awarded for the first round, so I'm excited to see who will come out on top today. So yeah, today we are at the Daytona road course. The circuit is 4 kilometers long. It has 13 corners and it's actually kind of a roval, so that means it's a road course that mixed with an oval. So as you can see on the track map on the right, we have like the infield, some corners right now, and then we go out on the oval. So it should be exciting. We should see some good overtakes here. Obviously today we are using the road version of the IndyCar, which has a bit more downforce than the oval version to help it get around the corners faster. As you can see right here, the bus stops chicane, obviously good overtaking point, and also slows the cars down a bit so that they don't go full speed through the oval. And yeah, as we can see, most drivers are actually heading out on the track. We got almost everyone out of pits now. Some guys are still sitting in the pits, but most of them are out on the track. Here we can see Christian Russell racing for Schmidt Peterson. Sorry, I think I'm right. Behind him, I do not know who that is. Well, yeah, I need to know more names, I'm sorry. So, yeah, we got 20 minutes of qualifying ahead of us, and then we have 22 lap race. As I said, we should see some good action there. Adam Wolf is currently on a lap. I think that's the best one in the session. So, start today. The race will last yeah, it lost because it was with my Rogan and Andretti. He won the race last time. Obviously, the race was red flag, so he did not finish in first place. But at the time of the red flag, he was the leader. Take the victory. Obviously, IndyCar is a spec series, unlike Formula 1. So it's really up to the driver to get the best out of the car and, well, win the race. And yeah, most drivers are actually out on track right now. Yeah, I think all of them are on track, but the Simpsons are on. Ahead of them is a Penske. Yeah, it's looking quite good. First lap times are coming in. Adam Wolf, the fastest, ahead of Oscar van Rogen, last time race winner. He's in P2 at the moment, so good job for Oscar. As Nick Turner gets van Rogen got P3. Then it's Daniel Young. Finn in last place, which is now P11 because Tolsley has set a lap. So yeah, it looks like the game has crashed. I'm sorry for that. We will get back on the way shortly. Yeah, sorry that happened. That's never happened before. So first time game crash in the ACC. Oh god, so sorry guys. And yeah, we are back. You should turn your microphone a bit. Thank you for telling me. I will do that right now. But it looks like it's already turned to the max in OBS, so I don't know what to do on it. Now, sorry for the inconvenience. We are back with AC. Yeah, so we will restart with 20 minutes of qualifying. I'm sorry. Yeah, my microphone has been my microphone is turned up all the way to max. So nothing I can do there to like make myself a bit louder. So that's all I get. So I'm sorry. So maybe you need to turn the stream up a bit. Or just sit back, relax, enjoy the beautiful sound of these IndyCars. Because they sound really, really good. Gotta say that, especially the upshifts. I love the upshifts in these cars. So you can hear them roaring by. Here's Adam Wolf again. Behind him is a Penske of fuck. Okay, yeah, let's ignore that. I do not know who is behind him. As I said, gotta learn all the names. So Adam Wolf is currently making his way out of the pits, and he's on an out lap. So he will start his first flying lap shortly. It's better now. Thank you for telling me. Yeah. So now you're hearing me a bit better. Yeah. And it looks like the car behind Adam Wolf's actually going for a move, so he's maybe seen that Adam Wolf's going a bit slow and wants to start his lap ahead of him, which he seems to have done quite successfully as we watch Courtney Simpson starting his flying lap. Obviously Courtney Simpson raced for Toro Rosso in Formula 1 last time, but lost his seat to Rahul Patel, who got dropped by Renault. So yeah, we see him in IndyCar now, and I wonder how he's going to perform against all the rookies. Because, well, we have some new guys here. We have some guys from Formula E, which was the third year in 2017, sorry. But, yeah, then got replaced by IndyCar because the racing was a bit shit. Yeah, so we have all the guys out of the pit lane now. We should see to start some... we should start to see some lap times soon. Sorry for that. It's Adam Wolf. He's on a flying lap. And he's getting some slipstream as well. So slipstream's obviously gonna be a partner around here. A lot of straights. Here we see Tyler Visser. He's not getting slipstream, but he's giving slipstream to the Colin behind him. So yeah, he's actually gonna challenge him around the outside. I'm interested to see how that will turn out, as we will not see that. Here's Matthias Perko being in a three-way battle right now. Obviously, it's not the smartest choice to fight for position during qualifying, because that will cost you some time, and yeah, you won't be able to get your lap times on as quickly as the others. As we can see, Red Pizzino, who's been in this battle. Yeah, he's in a black car right at the end. He's done a 33.9, whereas Julius Chisetti, who's currently in P1, has done a 31.6. So over 2 seconds faster. So yeah, battling and qualifying is not the best choice for after drivers, but well, sometimes you gotta pass the guy ahead just because he's too slow. As we see Christian Strix trying to get the move on. Can he make it straight? No, it doesn't look like he can. Nope, he's been forced wide and he's stuck behind. Emil Nielsen goes P5, good lap I am. Christian Russell goes P4, also a very good lap, pushes Nielsen down into P6. Rowan Chatanis in P11 right now, not the best lap time, but we should begin to see some improvements, as we still have Giulia Cesetti on provisional pole. Then is Tyler Visser only 1/1300th of a second behind, so it's really close at the top. As we can see, Christian Strix still fighting for position. I think he's got the job done now, so good job from Christian Strix for that move. Yeah, Max Smittler is currently in P3. Matthias Poker goes P4. Kajetan Konishina is P5, as we've seen a crash. I don't know who that is. That's Giulia Giusetti, I think. Or was that a crash? I do not know. Yeah, it looks like it's been a crash. Yellow flags are out, so yeah, it is Giulio Cesetti, and he's stuck against a wall. So I'd love to see a different camera angle, but it seems like we're not getting that. So Giulio Cesetti is stuck, and that means he isn't setting any more laps for now. Yeah, he's stuck and now back into the pits. So the yellow flags are back in, meaning that all the drivers can't set their laps at full pace. But that was a surprising incident from the man on position pole. So maybe some guys are being able to might be able to challenge him. Obviously, we have Visser currently in the pits as well, so he's not setting any lap times. But Max Smittler is. He's the guy in P3, and he's looking strong around here. So maybe we could see some good performances from him today. Who knows? Maybe it's enough for pole. As we watch his lap, 7/10 off, so that's not gonna give him pole, but he'll still have another shot in the next lap. Christian Strix only down P25, of course, because of the fighting with the car head. Still don't know who that is. Might be Holly Shahin. Yes, it is. So Shahin only P21, as I mentioned. Fighting does not really gain you any time, so yeah. Unsurprisingly, those guys are not too far up the grid. But yeah, it's Christian Strix has his first lap in clean air, so 1:32.1, so it's a bit better than his previous effort. So yeah, if you actually get into clean air and get a clean lap done, it's gonna help you improve your lap times. And I think everyone has set a lap. Yes, everyone has. Tyler Visser's back out of the pits, and yeah, he's on an odd lap. The timer down at the bottom, I think it's showing. Yeah, it shows that he's on a lap, but he's not. He's on an odd lap, so I don't know what's showing that. But yes, Visser will be a candidate for pole here. Obviously, he's in P2, only 1300 off Giulio Cesetti. And Giulio Cesetti, well, has crashed and is still in the pits. I wonder if he's gonna go hard again or not. If he's not, then I think Tyler Visser might actually have a shot on pole. Obviously, with the track improving and everything, we should see some improvements towards the end of quali. So yeah, maybe Visser will have a shot, or Cesetti might also keep that pole. Who knows? We'll see. Emil Nilsson's currently on a lap, but he's stuck behind one of the what car is that? Oh, we will not know. I'm sorry. So yeah, Oscar van Rogen, last time's race winner. There he is actually being overtaken by Emil Nilsson. So yeah, he's in P10, Nilsson's in P9. So Van Rogen is looking a bit worse than on the oval here, but still pretty strong. So he might keep that championship lead, but he might lose it. Who knows? It's gonna be interesting. And yeah, everyone's sitting in the laps. We're currently not seeing any improvements by anyone. Sandro's in pits. Giulio Cesetti obviously is still in the pits. Rodrigo Jimenez is also in the pits. Christian Russell's in the pits, and Anton Orlov, the Russian, who did not start, or did he? I don't know. Someone got disqualified in qualifying, and someone got disqualified in the race, so I don't know, but Anton Orlov definitely got disqualified last race for causing a collision, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. But I'm happy to see him back, and I'm happy to see him in P11 in the points, as Kajetan Konechny actually goes P1. Good lap. He's over 2 tenths up on Giulio Cesetti, so yeah, as I said, times are starting to fall now. So Konechny up into P1. Here's Emil Nilsson still stuck behind Oscar van Rogen. I wonder if that's gonna impact his performance, because right now Emil Nilsson is looking a bit faster than Oscar van Rogen. But who knows? Maybe he's just sitting back, not pushing at the moment, and saving that energy for. Actually, there is Adam Wolf up into P7. He was last before that lap, and now he's up into P7. So good lap as well from him. Some tricks currently set in his lap with qualifying. Yeah, and it looks like Cuban Grissom actually has damage as Van Roden goes up into P2. So he might actually be a candidate for the championship. Obviously, we still have 11 rounds to go, including this one. So championship's not decided yet, but with winning the last race and starting this race from P2, he should get himself into a good position to fight for the championship. But yeah, still 11 rounds to go, so we might see a different driver take pole or P2 or whatever here. We might actually see Van Roden being pushed down to last in the worst case scenario, if he doesn't get any improvements in and everyone else does. So yeah, still very open qualifying here. Christian Strick slowed down a bit. I think he didn't want to hit the driver coming into pits. Oh, and that is a Penske being released right into Christian Russell. So he did not leave any space there. I doubt that's gonna give him a penalty, but yeah, I think it was the Penske of Emil Nilsson, was it? Yeah, it was. So it was Emil Nilsson getting released right into Christian Russell, and that has basically ruined Russell's lap time. Well, Emil Nilsson is only on an odd lap, so there was no point of releasing him into Russell, except maybe of course rivalry on the track, because well, Russell on P9, Nilsson on P11. So if they actually interrupted Russell's lap and interrupted him from improving, Nilsson might get him, who knows. As we see Tobias Schulenberg, he's locked up into the hairpin, so it's not going to be an improvement by him, I think. Yeah, Schulenberg currently sitting, no, that's Shirtanos, I'm so sorry. Schulenberg is sitting in P25, so he's not doing too well here. I think we would have expected a bit more from him. He's been in Formula E last year, so he should have some experience. But currently he's getting beaten by some rookies, so yeah. Oscar Van Roden's on all that, but he's 2 seconds off his personal best, so not going to be an improvement for him as well. As he's getting a slipstream, and he's going for a move, I think. No, not quite, but it was close. I think that's Andrew Glock, isn't it? No, I'm sorry, that's not Andrew Glock. Andre Olaf goes up into P3. Good luck. And Riyad Bazzino into P6, so it's down to some improvements here. Yeah, Van Roden is now passing the guy out of him. It's not Andrew Glock, it is I have no idea who that is, I'm sorry. But yeah, Oscar Van Roden's going for a move around the outside, couldn't make it stick though, so he's still stuck behind. Coleman Roos is on a lap, 5/10 down, so I think those times are based off like the pole time, not the personal best, so it might still be an improvement for him. But it's not gonna be a challenge for pole, as here's Holly Shahin making his way around the track. Behind him is a Harding, and I think that's Ray Letterman, yeah. As Roos went up into P5, but Nilsson went up into P2 and pushed him down. No, sorry, Roos went down into Russell. Sorry, no, it's not Roos, that's Russell. So Russell went up into P5, but Nilsson went P2, pushed him down into P5. So yeah, I think there's some rivalry going on between Russell and Nilsson. Obviously by interrupting his lap, Nilsson might have stopped Russell from getting a better lap than he's got now. So there might be some tactics going into it right now. Who knows? This connection now is being challenged or challenging, I don't know. By yeah, another triangle. Sorry, I really need to learn these names, man. I'm sorry. Oh, and it's Will Parrish, sorry, Parachki's in F1, so Parrish goes up into P14, good lap by the American. And Dieter Bargos out of nowhere up into P2. We're really starting to see the times for it now, but no one's been able to challenge Konishner just yet. Ollie Shine improves, but it's not much, only P20 for him. Christian Strix seems to be off. Yeah, he spun. Christian Strix has spun it. That's yellow flags out. And I wonder what has happened to him as he is back into the pit. So the yellow flags are back in. Drivers can go on with qualifying. But I wonder what has happened to Christian Strix. Because, well, he had damage on every wing. So, yeah, wonder what has happened to him. Oh, I'm sorry. I just read the chat and I saw that Giuseppe said she. I'm so sorry, Julia, for getting the pronouns wrong. I'll do better in the future, I promise. So yeah, Julia Giuseppe, she is down in P8, still in the pits. So I think the team is just repairing her car. I wonder if she can start the race. Because, well, she's looked to have a bit of damage. As Aditya Vargas has some bits. Daniel Wally goes up into P7. Good luck. Jack Tillersley maybe trying to move on the end of the straight, but there's a column behind him as well, so it might be a three-way battle once again in qualifying as Tillersley heads into pits. And that is Nick Tanner, who takes provisional pole from Kajetan Konishner by almost 0.2 of a second. I did not expect that. But yeah, really good lap from Nick Tanner to put it on provisional pole. But yeah, qualifying's definitely not decided yet. We've seen so many drivers improve and there's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. So Grissom has improved, but it's not enough to get him out of P25. And yeah, we're just seeing the drivers making their way around the track. So the gap from first to last is now 1.3 seconds. That's not too big, considering that this track is 4 kilometers long. So yeah, the drivers are really close, and all of them obviously have great talent. Some of them more, some of them less, but all of them are really talented drivers, and I'm just happy to see such a competitive and competitive championship. As we see Adam Wolf fighting with a Penske. Yeah, so they are battling for track position as well. And I'm kind of surprised, to be honest, to see so many battles in qualifying. Because, well, as I said, it's not gonna prove your lap time. It's more of the opposite. It's gonna take you some time to battle the other guy. So, yeah, I'm really surprised to see so many battles as Tobias Schwulenberg improves, goes from last place to P10. Interesting. So, oh, that's Andrew Glock. That is Andrew Glock who's gone off, and the yellow flags are out once again. So we've seen quite a few yellow flags today in qualifying. I hope it's not gonna be that bad in the race, as Glock is back into the pits, yellow flags are back in, drivers can resume with their qualifying laps, and so does Rowan Shutanas, who is currently in P3. I think I've missed his lap, didn't I? I think I did. Shutanas is currently in P3, but he's not improving. Maybe he's been kind of held up by the yellow flags. He needs some brake very late for that corner, but he made it stick, so yeah, obviously late braking is sometimes good, sometimes not, but I think it was good for Nielsen in that particular occasion, as Adam Wolf still fighting. I think the best possible strategy for Adam Wolf might be to head into pits, which he does not do. So yeah, I don't think it's the smartest for Adam Wolf to stay out fighting with Kajetan Konishner, because, well, As I said, it's not going to be a lap time as qualifying is over. We are waiting for 15 cars to cross the start-finish line. So it's Konishina, who might not be improving, Rowan Shotanus, Aditya Bagus, Emil Nilsson, Oscar van Rooyen, Anton Orlov, Daniel Wally, Tyler Visser, Riyad Barzino, Coleman Roos, and Adam Wolf. Those are the drivers who are yet to cross the finish line. And will we see some improvements? Yes, we do. Adam Wolf is actually 3/10 up on Nick Tanner. So it's a good lap from Adam Wolf, but does he have enough fuel and tires to keep that pace up? I really wonder, because it's a really good lap, but it's obviously cost him a lot of fuel and tires, which are important in qualifying because you want your tires to be performing as well as possible. And yeah, we are seeing a bit of wear on Adam Wolf's tires. It's not a lot, but it's a bit, and I think, yeah, he's now down, so he has lost 3/10 and he's coming into pits. So no improvement for Adam, and Konishina is going into pits as well. So yeah, I think that is qualifying over as we wait. No, we are still waiting for 2 cars. Now it's 1 car, and that is qualifying over. So yeah, the starting grid today, it is Nick Tanner from pole position. Then it is Kaitan Konishina in P2. Rowan Shotanas in P3, Aditya Bagus in P4, and the third row we have Emil Nilsson and Oscar van Rooyen. Then it is Anton Orlov, Daniel Wally, Christian Russell, and Tobias Schulenberg rounds up the top 10. In P11 we have Giulia Cesetti, then it's Tyler Visser, Riyad Barzino, and Max Mittler. After them is Matheus Berger, Rodrigo Jimenez in P16, Riz in P17, Courtney Simpson in P18, Parrish P19, Wolf P20, Jake Tillersley P21 in the Penske, Andrew Glock in the Andretti P22, then it's Ari Soilo in the Harding P23, Holly Shaheen P24, Christian Strix P25, and Cuban Grissom in last place in the AJ Ford. So let's get going, shall we? 22 laps await us here in Daytona, and everyone's getting ready as the lights are going on, and we're away here in Daytona. Oh shit, what has happened? That is a crash right at the start, and it is Nick Tanner and Kaitan Konishina crashing each other out at the starting line. So that, I don't think we've ever seen that in the ACOC. Yellow flags are out, and I don't think they are going to continue the race. So it is Rowan Shotanas who leads after the first corner. Then it's Aditya Bagus in second, but Aditya is going for a move, and that is Adam Wolf, who has retired from the race. And some guys are still stuck on the starting grid. And yeah, Nick Tanner has retired. So I think some cars might have stalled actually on the starting grid, as we see Oscar van Rooyen trying to make a move for P2. Couldn't quite get it, but now on the straight he's gonna have a slipstream, so it's really gonna be it's gonna be close. But Emil Nilsson is actually making a move on Oscar van Rooyen. As we can see, one car is still stuck on the starting grid and the yellow flags are still out. So as long as this car then does not retire, I think we might actually see a red flag, unless the car retires in time, because, well, it's gonna block the drivers as they approach the start-finish line at rapid speeds. And who is that? Blocking everyone, and it is, I don't know who that is, but he's gonna get a penalty for sure. Yeah, and the red flags are out once again in IndyCar. Yeah, one driver is stuck in the grid. I don't think we've ever seen that before, but he's holding up all the drivers. So yeah, we are gonna restart this race in a bit. So see you in a bit. Hello guys, we are back. And yeah, the red flags are still out. So it looks like we might see a restart, as we have confirmation by race control that the race will be restarted in qualifying order. So that means Nick Tanner is going to start from P1 once again, as we actually are back underway. So the lights are going on. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights, and we are back underway for the restart. And someone's heading for the pits once again, and I think that's Conditioner. Yeah, he's stalled, I think, and tried to get out of the way, but once again, not a good start for Conditioner, and we have a crash in turn 1. So yeah, red flags are back out, and that is a horrible crash right there. So the race will once again be restarted. My goodness. So yeah, we are getting ready for a restart, but the race will, yeah, as I said, will be restarted. Because we've had an incident in turn 1. Okay, and it's another try. For IndyCar, and we are back underway. And Conditioner once again takes out Nick Tanner, so I wonder what has happened to his car. I think there might be some damage, but yeah, he's not been able to go away in all 3 starts of this Daytona Grand Prix. Wow. I actually don't know what to say. I think Conditioner is gonna get a penalty for that. Once is okay, but I don't think that you can take out your rival 3 times and get away with that. So I think a penalty might be coming, as Nick Tanner retires and Conditioner retires as well. But I think we are now on the way cleanly, I hope. As Smittler passes Visser, but Visser is gonna get him back on the inside, I think. They're still side by side, but I think Visser's got the job done. So, no, they're still side by side, the Carlin and the Harding, but Visser is looking to be a bit faster on the straights. So he might have it going into the bus stop chicane as Smittler brakes later, I think. Yeah, they're still side by side, and Smittler barely doesn't get it, but he might have a go back at him. As we can see, Emil Nilsson, he started in P6 and he's now up to P4. No, sorry, he started in P7 and he's now up to P4. So good move by Emil Nilsson. And Smittler is going back at Visser, but let's watch the battle up front as Wally is trying to defend from Emil Nilsson, and he's doing that quite successfully, I think. But yeah, Nilsson has got the inside line now, and I think he's got the job done going through the hairpin, and yes, he has. So a good move by Emil Nilsson. Wait, actually, Danny Wally's coming back at him once more. But he's got the outside, and I don't think you can go around the outside here, but maybe he'll prove us wrong, who knows? No, he doesn't, so Nilsson's up into P4. Good move by him. As we see Will Parrish overtaking Coleman Roos for P17, sorry. Obviously, they're not in points, the top 12 are getting points, but still a good move. And we might actually see a chart for points from him, as we see Ari Soilu overtaking Holly Shine on the inside. And he's getting a bit of slipstream from Andrew Glock, but he's had to lift off. And that might allow Shine to go back ahead as Shine had to lift off himself, and Soilu is now ahead, and Soilu might actually go move on Glock as well. Has he got a job done? Yes, he has. So Soilu has overtaken 2 cars in one go. Good job. As Nielsen is on a charge. He's going for Shatanas now. Had to lift off a bit there because Shatanas closed the door, so he's going around the outside. Nielsen. There he goes. Around the outside of Rowan Shatanas. Has he got it? Not yet. But Shatanas had to compromise his line a bit. Oh, and Nielsen ran wide as he's locked up. So Nielsen didn't gain the place just yet, but good effort for getting onto the podium. As we see, Soilu has jumped down back to 21st again. So Shine and Glock have both re-overtaken him. So his previous efforts of gaining those 2 places, going up into P19, have basically been eradicated, as we see him now back into P21. And will Emil Nilsson go for another move on Rowan Shatanas? I think he's not close enough to go for one, but he might catch up to the slipstream. But he's not gonna go for a move into the bus stop chicane. But if he's faster through the bus stop, we might see him challenge Shatanas on the main straight. And yes, he is indeed faster, so now he has slipstream. As we see Grissom overtaking Strix for P22 and Glock overtaken Roos for P18. So yeah, good battles we are seeing, but Emil Nilsson is now going for it once again. This time he takes the inside line, and it looks like he is through. Yes, he is. So good job by Emil Nilsson starting. Oh shit, and he's locked up. So Shatanas comes back at him. As they go into the hairpin once more. And Nilsson's got the job done now. Good move by Emil Nilsson, and he's up into the podium places. So everyone's just kind of setting the pace, finding a place in the grid, and yeah, we're not seeing any moves just yet, but I think we're gonna see some into the bus stop chicane. Who knows? As Harley Shahin might actually make a move on Coleman Roos. He's pretty close. I don't think he's close enough to make a move, but he is closing up on him. And there goes Riyad Bazino on Tyler Visser, but Visser has closed the door, so no move happening between Bazino and Visser yet. But Bazino's got a slipstream now, so he might get up into the top 10 if he can get it done on a straight. And yes, he can. There he goes. On the outside of Tyler Visser, he's got a little more speed than Harding, and that's enough to bring him up into P10. Good move. And Bazino's actually going for Schwulenberg as well. There he goes, down the inside, but Schwulenberg defends well. And we see the battle now from Tyler Visser's on board. No, we aren't. Yes, we are. Sorry. So yeah, we are watching Bazino and Shatanas battling each other. No, not Shatanas. I'm sorry, that's Schwulenberg. Shatanas is in P4. So yeah, Bazino and Schwulenberg are battling each other, with Bazino getting the better end. So Bazino's up to P9, Schwulenberg down to P10. And it looks like Tyler Visser might actually go for move on Tobias Schwulenberg as well. So Schwulenberg has just lost a position to Riyad Bazino, and now he might also lose a position to Tyler Visser in the Harding, but not yet. He defends into the bus stop, but whoever gets a better exit will have either the chance to defend or the chance to overtake. And it looks like Visser got a bit better out of the chicane. Yes, he is, and now he has the slipstream. He goes around the outside like Bazino did on him last lap, and there he goes. up into P10, but Schwulmberg is defending. And Schwulmberg he is defending into the first corner. They are still side by side, and Wissers ran a bit wide and had to yield his position to Tobias Schwulmberg. So Schwulmberg stays P10. As if we look at the gaps, we can see that Nilsson is now 3/10 closer to Van Rogen than he was in 2 laps ago. So Nilsson is catching up. We might actually see him going for P2, which would be insane, since he started somewhere from P5 to P7. I don't remember where exactly, but he did not start on the front row and not on the second row either. So he's up to P3 and he's gaining. Good job by Emil Nilsson there for gaining all that time, and his charge is not over yet, I can tell you that. As Tyler Visser once more tries to move on Tobias Schwulmberg. Can he get it? No, he can't. Schwulmberg once again beautiful defending from the German, but Visser's looking for a gap. He doesn't find one, and so he decides to go around the outside once more. It hasn't worked the previous lap, but maybe it does now. As we can see them going side by side across the start-finish line, which is coming up right now. And it looks like Schwulmberg has the inside once more into turn 1, but Visser might actually be able to hold on to that. Yes, he is. So Schwulmberg now on the outside of the hairpin, and I don't think that's gonna give him an advantage, as it looks like, Visser is ahead of Schwulmberg. So Visser's up to P10. Good job. As in the chat, Miran said, Assetto Corsa AI just never wants to work sometimes. Yeah. Assetto Corsa AI is a bit weird sometimes. Obviously we've seen Conditioner taking out Tanda at the start. We've seen some cars just not wanting to start the race as Max Mittler goes for move on Tobias Schwulmberg. So Schwulmberg's losing a lot of place at the moment. Maybe he's damaged, I don't know. But Schwulmberg's now down to P12, and if he loses his position to Jimenez, he may not score points here in Daytona. So that would be crucial for him. But I think he's coming back at Smittler now. Yes, he is. Once again, round the outside, which proves to be the better line sometimes. Sometimes, I say. Because if you have more speed, then you can go around the outside, but I don't see that with Schwulmberg right now. Nope, not happening. Smittler is up to P11. And Jimenez is closing on Schwulmberg. So, yeah, as I said, if Schwulmberg loses the position, he will not score points. Which would be a shame, since he's done very, very well in qualifying, but we did not see a lot of performance from him in the race. So, yes, Andrew Gluck has just passed Ali Shahin for P19. Ari Soilo is down to last place. What happened there? I did not catch that. As Emil Nilsson is just 5/10 behind Oscar van Rogen. That is an insane performance Nilsson is showing today. And Jimenez is closing in on Schwulmberg. Jimenez is going for move into the chicane on the inside. Has he got the job done? Can't say it at the moment, but yes, he has. So Schwulmberg has dropped down from P8 to P13 in a span of 3 to 4 laps. So it is a very competitive race at the moment. We are seeing loads of overtakes. And while the overtaking is far from over, let me tell you that. As Shahin re-overtakes Christian Strix, Schwulmberg might actually try to re-overtake Rodrigo Jimenez, but he does not succeed. Daniel Wally, meanwhile, is catching up to Rowan Chatanos. We haven't seen a lot of Daniel Wally in this race. Although he's done very well, he's kept out of the battles. He's just retained at P5 for most of the race, so I'm curious to see whether he will go for move and ruin or just try to stay P5 and secure the points for his team and himself. Because, well, he did not start the last race on the oval version of this track, so he needs some points to re-engage in the championship fight. As Riyad Bazzino, he is caught up a lot as well, and he's trying to overtake Christian Russell at the moment. He's very close, but I don't think he can get a move done into the chicane. No, he can't. So good defending by Russell, but I think Bazzino might get him now on the straight. Because he's got a slipstream, he's got a better exit after chicane, but he's got the outside line, which, well, we've seen some overtakes around the outside here, a lot of them actually, but we've also seen the guy on the inside come back at him and defend into the first corner, so yeah, it might be close. As Emil Nilsson, look at that, he's actually going for move on Oscar van Rooyen for P2. Very, very good race from Emil Nilsson right here, and if this carries on, I think he might actually be a contender to win this race. Obviously, Aditya Bargus a really good pace he has shown today, but with the pace of Emil Nilsson and the racecraft of Emil Nilsson today, I think he might absolutely be in for the win. Obviously, some penalties are gonna be awarded after the race, mainly for the collisions at the start. Because, yeah, we've seen quite a few there, but I'm glad that the race is now going without accidents and with some good overtakes, as we see Emil Nilsson once again trying it on Oscar van Rooyen. Down inside he goes, which now turns to the outside and into the inside once more, and he's got the job done. So Emil Nilsson is up into P2 and he's charging down the straight as he's trying to catch up to Aditya Bargus, but Oscar van Rooyen's not gonna allow him to do that easily as he's coming back at Emil Nilsson. What a race this is. Andrew Glock is catching up to Courtney Simpson as well. But Nilsson and Van Rooyen are fighting, and I think Nilsson's got the job done into the hairpin, or does he? No, Van Rooyen's coming back at him. So we've seen a little fight between these two. Obviously they both want to win the race, with Bargus not being far ahead. Only less than a second ahead is Aditya Bargus at the moment, so they can both still win the race. But I think Nilsson, if he gets past Oscar van Rooyen, I think he's got a better chance to win than Van Rooyen himself, because well, he's been charging through the field for the entire race. So yeah, insane performance from him. I've said it before, I'll say it again. What Emil Nilsson has shown today is just it's just insane. Yeah, he's going for a move again. Same place, same line, around the outside, and job done once again. But Van Rooyen now has a slipstream, so yeah, who's gonna be ahead going into turn 1? That's the question, because the one being ahead into turn 1 is mostly the one who gains the position in the infield, and it is Van Rooyen who looks to be ahead. But Nilsson's got the inside line and is coming back at him, so Nilsson is ahead into turn 1. Interesting, and he's pushed Van Rooyen a bit wider. But yeah, Emil Nilsson is now ahead. Van Rooyen cannot challenge him anymore, so Emil Nilsson is up to P2. And he's chasing now Aditya Bargus, only 6/10 between him and Bargus. So who knows? Maybe we'll see Nilsson into the lead. He would definitely deserve it, considering his performance today. But if you have a look on the track map, you can see that all the cars are really close together. I think the biggest gap is 1.1 seconds between Rowan Shortanos and Oscar van Rooyen and Rodrigo Jimenez and Max Smittler. So those are the highest gaps at the moment. So it's a very, very close field. And yeah, it's really competitive. As I don't think we're seeing any moves at the moment. Jack Tillersley is very close to Matheus Poco, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get a move done. As Ari Soilu, I think Coleman Rus has made a mistake there, because Ari Soilu is very, very close. And look at that, Daniel Wally is going for a move into turn 1, but Rowan Shortanos just blocks him off there. And I think they touched a bit, but no problem. We've seen it in a race yesterday where I think it was Linus Timel hit Joseph Frederick Suter in F1 race yesterday. And we had a similar situation here today, but they've gone through that very cleanly, as Ari Soilu challenges Coleman Rus for P22, and he's got the job done. So Ari Soilu is up into P22. It looks like Emil Nilsson's actually losing to Adita Bargus, so Bargus is really pushing right now. Obviously doesn't want to lose that P1, which is understandable. Because, well, a win is always great, but I think Nilsson's not gonna make it easy for him. As Tillersley is actually close up to Matheus Poco. Obviously we've seen him being very close on the end of last lap, but now he's going for a move into the chicane, and I think he's got the job done. But Poco's coming back at him, I think. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Actually, he is. So Poco's coming back at Jake Tillersley in Penske. So Poco obviously driving the Ray Letterman. Tillersley driving the Penske. Penske's. Oh shit! And we have had. Fuck! I kind of lost words there. And the yellow flags. Oh, that is a big crash. That is a very big crash, and it is. Rowan Shortanos has been there, in there. Daniel Wally has been in there. Jake Tillersley, Andrew Glock. Shit! That's a ton of drivers being caught up in that crash. So Rowan Shortanos is out. Daniel Wally is out. Who is not? Is that Coleman Rus or Christian Russell? I do not know. No, it's Coleman Rus. We are on board with Christian Russell. So Daniel Wally has retired. Riyad Bazino has retired. And is that Shortanos? Yes, it is. So Shortanos has retired as well. That was a really, really heavy incident. As the yellow flags are back in, we can resume racing now. But I really did not see what happened there. So we'll have to check on replays if any penalties will be awarded for this incident, or if it was a racing incident. But it was quite big, so I can imagine some penalties being awarded for that. As Emil Nilsson, he has caught up to Adita Bargus, and he's got the slipstream. He's got more speed down the straight, and he's got the inside line. There goes Emil Nilsson down the inside. And I think he might even have to drop down before the first corner. Yes, he has. So Emil Nilsson is now leading at Daytona. That is insane. So we've seen a lead. Obviously, Nick Tanner started on pole, got taken out at the start. Adita Bargus took the lead from him, and now Emil Nilsson, coming from nowhere, took the lead from Adita Bargus. Insane pace from Emil Nilsson today. And yeah, Ari Soilu is now kind of stuck behind Cuban Grissom. I think Soilu is a bit faster, but he just has got the racecraft, to be honest, to make a move. So yeah, obviously Emil Nilsson's racecraft and pace has been on point today. He's already 8 tenths ahead of Bargus. That's insane. So yeah, I think Emil Nilsson's got that victory secure, to be honest. as I don't think there are loose overtakes happening, as actually Oscar von Rogen is very close to Dieter Bargus. So Bargus, after losing the lead, might actually lose P2 as well, and Van Rogen takes the outside line because Bargus blocked the inside, and he goes for it into turn 1, but Bargus has defended for now. I think no, not quite. I think Van Rogen is ahead, and yes, he is. Good move there from Oscar van Rogen to get it up into P2 and maybe even challenge Emil Nielsen for the lead. Obviously, we've seen a good battle between Nielsen and van Rogen for P2, which Nielsen came out victorious. But yeah, van Rogen's looking strong as well, so we might see the lead come down. Who knows? As Giuseppe is very close to Russell. Yeah, she's done a pretty good race today. Obviously not quite the best after her incident in qualifying, but still pretty good. Pretty solid performance for Giulia Giuseppe. And she's in P6 right now, so maybe she might get even higher. Who knows? As she is chasing down Christian Russell, who defends into the chicane. No, sorry, Giuseppe just wasn't close enough, so that was no defense, that was just Giuseppe not being close enough for a move. As the gap between Van Rogen and Nielsen is now up to 1.2 seconds. I'm stunned actually by Emil Nielsen's performance today, because what he's put on the asphalt today is absolutely insane. And yeah, unbelievable performance from Emil Nielsen. I think you can't compliment him enough for that. And yeah, it seems like Giulia Giuseppe is now ahead of Christian Russell. Yes, she is. Good job from her to make the move for P5. Max Mittler's catching up to Tyler Visser. We've seen those two battle before, and I think we will see them battle again if Max Mittler can keep up that pace he has right now. But yeah, Matthäus Pocus also looking really fast. He's catching up to Tobias Schwollenberg. Schwollenberg's not been the best in the race. Obviously, he's had a great qualifying, but his race pace has been rather meh, to be honest. Not the best, but he's holding on to that P2 pretty well. Not P2, I'm sorry. Van Rogen is in P2, he is in P10, so he's holding on to that P10 quite well. I'm sorry. Yeah, what I was gonna say, he's actually, but now he has to defend from Matthäus Poco, who goes around the outside. Can he get it moved on? Into turn 1 and turn 2 they go, and it looks like Schwollenberg, yes, Schwollenberg is still ahead, but Poco is very close. So I imagine a move happening in the next few laps, because well, Schwollenberg's lost quite a lot of positions in this race, and yeah, I think he's just not been pushing too hard in this race. Trying to conserve his tires, fuel and energy to maybe go for it on the last 2 laps, who knows. Maybe he's gonna try to get Jimenez on the last 2 laps. Interesting tactic, but could work out. As yeah, the gaps are starting to settle right now. The biggest gap now is 2 seconds behind Glock and Tildesley, so it was 1 second a few laps ago, but now it's 2 seconds, so maybe the incident has actually helped with splitting the cars up. Obviously we want to see great racing, but yeah, I think the incident just kinda ruined that, with some drivers being stuck behind the crash cars of Shotanas, Wally and Basino. obviously it's a shame that those two crashed, especially Shotanos, who was running in P3 or P4, I don't remember, before the crash. And Smittler, actually, let's stop talking about the crash, because Smittler is going for a move on Tyler Visser. And Smittler could hang on already outside. I think he's got it. No, he doesn't. So good defending from Tyler Visser there. He could send it into a happen, but he doesn't. So yeah, good racecraft there from Max Smittler to see that there's no gap to go for and not going for it. But Tyler Visser has been under pressure sorry. Tyler Visser has been under pressure for almost the entire race, so I can imagine that he might be pretty exhausted after this race, because, well, he's had to defend from Smittler almost all race. We haven't seen a lot of moves coming from those two, but Smittler has been really close all race, so yeah, Visser just had to push on a limit today, and pretty good job from him as well to stay in that P7 and keep Smittler behind, as we are now approaching lap 20 of 22. I don't know why it's showing lap 19 on the timing screen right there. As we can see, Emil Nilsson 19 laps, but it is showing lap 20 on all other screens, so I think we are on lap 20. Well, we'll see. If not, then we'll have an extra lap of racing. Well, not. Oh, and that's a big lockup from Rodrigo Jimenez, who goes off the track and loses 2 positions to Tobias Schulbeck and his teammate Matthias Poco, and could just keep Courtney Simpson behind. I'm sorry, that's Courtney Simpson. So yeah, I wonder what has happened to him, but either his brakes failed or he's just pressed them way too hard. But that was a really big lockup from Rodrigo Jimenez, and now Simpson is very close to his tail, so we might actually see a move happening there. Who knows? But the top 3 have just checked out. Look at the gap. Anton Orlov is 6.2 seconds behind. So yes, 6.2 seconds. That's a really large gap, and I wonder if he'll be able to close it. Obviously, he's not gonna be able to overtake Balgas in the span of 2 laps, but he might be able to close it up a little bit to help his image, as the gap is now 6.3. So maybe not. And Simpson, looks like Simpson's going for a move around the outside, as they had down the start finish straight, and I think Simpson's got it, as Smittler has actually now overtaken Tyler Visser. So yeah, good job for Max Smittler. He's been stuck behind our race and now he's ahead. But we've seen some sparks coming from his car, so his tires might be giving up. Yeah, so I think tires are gonna play a huge part in this race, because, well, with 2 laps to go, we've seen sparks coming from Smittler's car, and Visser's losing a lot as well, so I think those two might have problems with their tires. And yeah, there's some sparks coming from Visser's car as well, from Schwulenberg's car as well, so yeah, we might actually see some tire problems in the last few laps of the race, which would be very interesting. It would definitely mix things up quite a bit, because, well, if you have a broken tire, you obviously can't go as fast as you'd like to. And yeah, there's a lot of sparks coming from Strick's car and from Visser's car as well. I don't know if those are just sparks because the car is touching the ground, but we haven't seen those sparks in the entirety of the race. And also, if you look at Visser's car from Schwulenberg's perspective, you can see that the right is hanging a bit lower than the left. So who knows? Tires could be interesting, as Simpson might actually go for a move on Jimenez. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I totally missed that. Oh, and yeah, that looks like a tire failure on the car of Jimenez. Obviously the lockup has kind of ruined his tires, and I think he's barely keeping Simpson behind. But it looks like the tires are one of on almost all of the cars, but the damage clearly looks like it's the most on the car of Rodrigo Jimenez, who obviously had his lockup into turn 1 a lap ago. And well, I think that's kind of ruined his tires, as we are now on the final lap. So Emil Nilsson, who has, I don't know where he started, P5 to P7 I think, but he has made a superb charge through the field, and well, he's been leading for quite a few laps now, 1.2 seconds ahead of Oscar van Rooyen, who the current championship leader. I think Van Rooyen's actually gonna keep the lead in the championship, but here he is, Emil Nilsson, absolutely great charge through the field today, as he crosses the line and gets a well-deserved win. Good job for Emil Nilsson to take that win. Van Rooyen comes home in P2, Vargas P3, then it's Anton Orloff 6.4 seconds behind in P4, Giulio Cesetti in P5, Christian Russell P6, Max Mittler P7, Visser P8, Schwullenberg P9 and Poco P10. Harris Jimenez in P11, Simpson P12, Tilsley P13, Glock P14, Strix P15, Parrish close behind at 16, and Sahin, Grissom, Soilu and Rissel in last. So that's it for today's ACOC Daytona Grand Prix with a new commentator. I hope my commentating was not too bad. Obviously it's not been as good as Mirren's commentating. Mirren will be back for you next week. But yeah, I hope I haven't done too bad. So Emil Nilsson has taken the victory today in Daytona, and he's also taken the fastest lap. So yeah, good job for Emil Nilsson on that. Nice Roger in second, Balgus in third on the podium. And yeah, we've had quite a few DNFs today. We've had Shotano's DNF, then it was Wally, Basino, Tander, Conditioner and Wolf. All of those 6 cars have to DNF in this race. So yeah, only 20 cars have made the finish line of 26. Jake Tillersley in P13 has actually set the fastest third sector of all of them. So good job for him to set his fastest sector, but it's not been enough to get the fastest lap, which has gone to Emil Nilsson as mentioned. But yeah, that is it for today's Daytona Grand Prix. I hope you've been enjoying it. Yeah, and that is it. We will see you next week when we head to China for the F1 Grand Prix, and to Long Beach for the IndyCar Grand Prix. So Long Beach is gonna be exciting. Do not miss that. Same as China. But yeah, just don't miss both of the races. So yeah, that's it for this week. And we will see